Hello, good morning to all. Today we have to study about flooded type evaporator. The subject is refrigeration and air conditioning. In this video, we have to cover introduction part of the flooded type evaporator, figure flooded type evaporator, and working of flooded type evaporator. First, we have to know about what is the evaporator. This is the simple types of the heat exchanger. This is one type of the heat exchanger where we do heat extract from one working fluid to another working fluid. Working fluid are not fixed. It may be liquid form, it may be your gaseous form, or it may be also a semi-liquid form. It is not fixed. Secondary side, we have to say that is work based on naturally, forcefully induced draft or forced draft may be working on the evaporator. This is a simple of the one heat exchanger. Introduction part is there. Evaporator is a said to be flooded type if liquid refrigerant covers the entire heat transfer subject. What is the first sentence? We have to know about what is the evaporator. There is a simple heat exchanger where we have to heat exchange from one fluid to another fluid. There is a flooded type evaporator, means that there is a collecting of the all type of the working fluid, means as a form of liquid, and it's give a only liquid output, not to a vapor or gases. Vapor and gases are separated from the evaporator and only liquid can pass. Next is this type of the evaporator use a float type expansion valve. Float type expansion valve means it's give a some limiting surface level. At this surface level it can be stopped. No more fluid can enter into the chamber or float. It may be stopped. The evaporator is called a dry type when the portion of evaporator is used for a superheating the refrigerant vapor after evaporation process. After evaporation process means the refrigerant can pass from the evaporator. That's the condition of the refrigerant is superheated, means completely it's converted into the vapor form. There we have to using a evaporator that's also called as a dry type evaporator. In a flooded type evaporator, a constant refrigerant liquid level is maintained. A front valve is used as a throttling device which maintain a constant liquid level in a evaporator. There is a one throttling valve are also available to maintaining a constant liquid level. Constant liquid level we have to require for that only and only liquid refrigerant can pass through the evaporator because of the maximum heat absorbed from the room. Liquid refrigerant maximum heat absorbed from the room at the phase change condition. Phase change means liquid refrigerant to vapor refrigerant at the latent heat. More and more heat are absorbed and liquid refrigerant convert into the vapor form. Vapor refrigerant is not effectively heat absorbed as compared to liquid refrigerant. So to require only and only liquid can pass through the evaporator. This flooded type evaporator are maintain a constant liquid level into the chamber and only liquid can pass through the evaporator for maximum efficiency gain. This is the simple figure of flooded type evaporator. There is a number of portion. First, this portion are as a expansion device. This portion is a float chamber where we have to maintaining a constant liquid level. This is the liquid refrigerant and accumulator for a removing the vapor, or can say that as a separate vapor and liquid form. This portion are as a evaporator where the refrigerant can pass. Then after this process is the refrigerant exits from the evaporator and enter into the compressor at suction line. The main function is that is a float chamber. And we have to saying is a flooded type evaporator. First, the liquid refrigerant are coming from the condenser and enter into the expansion device. This is the expansion device, the one type of the throttling process where we have to reduce the pressure and reduce the temperature of the refrigerant to produce a cooling effect. Then after this refrigerant pass through the expansion valve to float chamber. Here liquid refrigerant and here is also a liquid refrigerant. This process is throttle process. After throttling process, the liquid refrigerant is partially converted into the vapor form. After throttling process, the liquid refrigerant is partially converted into the vapor form so that this chamber are maintaining a constant liquid level via float control valve. 90 or more than 90% are liquid refrigerant and 10% near about the vapor are converted during the throttling process. Here the float chamber are in a two portion, one as a liquid portion and one as a vapor portion, and float control valve are maintaining the flow of refrigerant. How many flow are required in a evaporator? Then after this chamber are directly connected to a one accumulator. Accumulator are connected to as a liquid side and as a vapor side to remove vapor from this float and maintain a constant liquid level in a float chamber. The accumulator are directly connected to a evaporator via liquid side and via vapor side to constantly liquid refrigerant pass through the evaporator. Here the liquid refrigerant are passed through the accumulator and accumulator to liquid refrigerant pass through the evaporator where we have to absorb the heat from the room or enclosed spaces where we have to require a cooling temperature or refrigeration effect are required. Means that the liquid refrigerant completely absorb the room heat or maximum capacity of the absorbing heat from liquid refrigerant. If we have to passing a partially vapor with the liquid refrigerant, so its absorbing capacity is goes to a down because of the vapor is a one type of the gas and gas are not absorbing capacity higher as compared to a liquid form. So that it's a compulsory to have to add only and only liquid refrigerant pass through the evaporator and maximum heat gain from the enclosed space and give a maximum refrigeration effect inside the enclosed space. Then after the liquid refrigerants are converted from liquid refrigerant to gas refrigerant or convert into the vapor during the latent heat absorption at constant temperature and room heat are absorbed by the refrigerant. These gas or vapor form are out and enter into the accumulator. Here from the vapor of refrigerant, here also a vapor from refrigerant, and the coming out from the evaporator vapor is are collected into the accumulator. Then after all the vapor particle of the refrigerant are passed through the single line to the compressor suction line. These are the function and working of the flooded type evaporator. The main function is that only and only liquid can enter into the evaporator to gain or absorb the maximum heat from the unclosed spaces. This is the main function of the flooded type evaporator. This flooded type of the evaporator is most commonly used in an industrial air conditioning system or central air conditioning system, where is the flow requirement is very high as compared to domestic or commercial air conditioning system. Domestic and air conditioning system are not using that type of the flooded type evaporator because the refrigerant flow is very low. We have to consider the 1 ton of refrigeration system are working in a full load condition. There is a flow of refrigerant is nearby 25 to 30 liter per hour. So it's not required a flooded type evaporator because of the refrigerant flow is a very minor basis, 25 to 30 liter per hour. But in a commercial and industrial or central air conditioning system, where is a ton of capacity is higher, the refrigerant flow is very high. That type of the evaporator are required a flooded type evaporator, so it's absorb the maximum heat from the unclosed spaces. Working of flooded type. In flooded type evaporator, a constant refrigerant liquid level is maintained in a float chamber. A front wall is used for throttling device which maintain a constant liquid level in a evaporator. Due to the heat supplied by the substance to be cooled, the liquid refrigerant vaporized and so liquid level fell down. And sometimes these flooded type evaporator are contact with the direct atmospheric condition and it may be heated. The liquid refrigerant directly converted into the vapor and liquid refrigerant level is goes to a down, so that is necessary to we have to isolate the flooded type evaporator expansion and float chamber. The float wall are open admit more liquid, thus the maintain a constant liquid level in a float chamber. At a result of evaporator is always filled with the liquid to a level determined by the float adjustment and inside surface with wetted with liquid. We have to adjust the how many water level we have to require to enter the evaporator by the float wall. Thus this type is called as a flooded type evaporator, because we have to using a flooded type control valve to maintaining a constant liquid level in the float chamber. The heat transfer efficiency increase because the entire surface is in contact with the liquid refrigerant in a evaporator, and therefore the refrigerant change in relatively large as compared to the dry expansion type. Okay, thank you.